What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the TERK V2. Alright guys, so today's random question of the day is, do you fold your pizza when you eat it? You know what, I feel like it depends on what style of pizza it is. If it's one of the chain restaurants like Pizza Hut or Domino's, you really don't have to fold that stuff just because the dough is so fluffy and thick. But if I go to a mom and pop sort of pizza place and get a single slice, typically it's the size of 2 paper plates put together, so yes, I would definitely fold that. But I want to hear from you guys, do you fold your pizza when you eat it? Let me know right down there in the comment section below. So today we're taking a look at the TERK V2 RDA from that awesome coil builder from New Jersey, m.terk, and this one is brought to us by the one and only Mr. Kent, aka Twisted Messes, with a big huge shout out and thank you going to Kent for allowing me to take a look at one of these devices for the purpose of making this video. So if you guys don't know, m.terk is most known for his alien wire and his coil building skills. He goes on Instagram and streams for hours at a time building these massive strands of alien wire, and then he produces just huge jars of coils. So that guy puts in a ton of work, and I gotta say, I am proud to be vaping on his newest device. So taking a look at twistedmesses.com, this one comes in 2 different color options for you to choose from. You've got a matte black version and a stainless steel version, and it's going to run you about $60. But if you guys want to pick one up for yourself, make sure you use the coupon code DAILYTERK. That's going to get you 20% off and free shipping. Check out the link I've got right down there in the description below to my website if you guys want to pick one up. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive down to the close-up view and take a better look at this thing. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got the TERK V2 in its original box, so let's quickly take a look around the packaging, then we'll talk about what's inside. So as you can see, very plain and simple packaging with this one here. Just a matte black box with some gloss printing on it. We've got the m.terk logo right there, which I love the murdered out black on black, to be perfectly honest. We've got V2 on the sides, and on the top and bottom we have hashtag TERK RDA. On the back, just m.terk.net. That's about it. That's really all she wrote with this box here. No color indication, no UPCs, no scratch and check, nothing like that. Inside the box we have the TERK V2 itself. This is with the 25mm cap pre-installed, and we also get a 24mm cap. So 25 and 24mm caps are included with this thing, so it'll fit on pretty much every mech mod. And as far as the baggie of parts is concerned, it's a little bit light here. Really wish they included a spare set of screws and maybe a screwdriver for you. We get an Allen key and a squonk pin, as well as a full set of O-rings, but no screwdriver and no extra screws. So definitely missing out on this one here. All right, guys, let's talk about the specs. First of all, it's 24 or 25mm in diameter. It has deep juice wells, superior stainless steel construction, expansive 2-post clamp style build deck, top secured via Phillips headed screws, dual coil configuration, peak positive insulator, 24 and 25mm top cap options, dual slotted airflow integrated into build deck, direct to coil side airflow, 810 low profile wide bore Delrin drip tip included, and it comes with a BF Squonk 510 pin. Alright guys, so let's go from top to bottom on the TERK V2, starting off with the drip tip up top here. As you can see, this is a very low profile 810 tip. I feel like m.terk loves these style tips because both the V1 and the V2 have the same exact one. And as you can see, nice wide bore through the middle there, which is the same on the bottom side. And just to show you guys that it is in fact 810, I've got this DHD tip here, and it fits no problem whatsoever, no wiggle or wobble or anything like that. The next piece we have here is this lid, which is great for you drippers out there. This piece comes off so you can drip on your coils really easily. It has a O-ring on the inside lip there, which holds onto your drip tips, and an O-ring on the outside, which holds onto the barrel section. On the inside here, we have a slightly domed piece right there, which is great for flavor. Next piece up is the middle barrel section, which isn't too fancy other than the m.terk logo right there and the big old airflow holes going all the way through, as you can see there. So plenty of airflow on this thing. On the other side, we have another m.terk logo, so no matter which way your device is facing, you'll have an m.terk logo facing you. Other than that, it just has a little ledge right on the inside there to make sure your cap doesn't go too far down below the build deck. Speaking of the build deck, here it is with my coils still installed. This is the fresh build Build Friday build, and it's still going very strong. My cotton definitely needs to be changed, but other than that, I just wanted to show you guys exactly how I had this thing built up. Just a little bit higher on the coils and a little bit longer on the wicks, and the airflow becomes really nice and smooth on this thing and very flavorful. And here we have the deck without any coils on it. As you can see here, these clamps rise up and down just with the action of the screws, which is awesome. No need for any spring-loaded action there. We also have a nice gap underneath the posts, which allows airflow to go all the way through this thing and makes it really nice and airy. As you can see here, this little dip down section in the juice well, that is for your airflow control. So basically just put your coils right in between there, and your airflow control is adjusted with the barrel section left and right. But other than that, we've got some O-rings on the side here, which hold onto that barrel section really nice and tight. Definitely passes all of my tests. And on this side here, we can see this little tiny m.terk logo peeking out. I just like that little tiny detail, similar to the Twisted Messes RDAs. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a very simplistic build deck, and it's very easy to use and easy to build on. And I definitely say it's top 3 of the year so far, but the year is not over yet. And as you can see on the bottom section here, we've got all the cool little m.terk logos scattered around, V2 and the serial number BK3707 with the gold-plated 510 pin. And that's pretty much all I've got for you guys in this little close-up section. Let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of the video. Now let's talk about my personal thoughts about this device, some pros, some cons, and whether or not it's worth purchasing. Starting off with the pros, my first pro is that it's a very versatile device. Now, not only does it come with a standard flat pin, but also a squonk pin if you guys want to squonk on this thing, but it can also handle every kind of build that you want to throw at this thing, whether it's a flavor build like an alien, or just a standard round wire build, or anything else in between. You can also build a lot of series builds on this thing. If it's a wider spanning coil, that is no problem with the TERK V2. My second pro for this one is that it has plenty of smooth airflow. Now, I was actually surprised with how smooth the airflow was on this thing, considering the size of those airflow holes, but with that, I usually use them around 60% open, and I usually raise my coils up ever so slightly higher than the holes themselves, which smooths it right out. But not only that, if I wanted to put a cloud chasing build in there, I would just position them right in front of the airflow holes, and it would provide sufficient cooling. My third pro today is that the flavor is great on this thing. I was really surprised by the flavor. When you look at this device, it really doesn't look like anything super duper special, but the flavor is fantastic. I've been vaping this Ultimate Puff Soda out of it for about 3 weeks or so now, and I gotta say the flavor is just fantastic on it. I did my Fresh Build Friday build in there, and the flavor is still just really top notch, so I feel like pretty much anything you put in here is gonna have really good flavor. And my fourth and final pro for this one is that it's a massive improvement over the V1. Now, I mean no offense to Rigmod at all with this, but mine just was plagued with issues. My cap kept getting stuck on there, and it was just a real pain in the ass to deal with, so I basically just put it back on the shelf over there and forgot about it. This one here I have had no major issues with so far, and I gotta say, I am loving using this thing right now. Alright guys, so moving on to the cons. My first con is that the screws are not the best. Now granted, I'm using these micro screwdrivers, which probably aren't the best tool for the job in this case, but with that, they don't supply you with a screwdriver in the box, which is really a disappointment. But other than that, the screws themselves are very weak. My screwdrivers will skip on them, and that just causes the screws to basically strip out. So a little bit disappointed with that, and that kind of leads me in right to my next con. My second con for this one is that there's no extra screws in the box. Now, I feel like that should be pretty much standard equipment by now, just an extra set of screws right there in the box. However, with this one here, you don't get that, and it's a little bit disappointing because, as I mentioned, the screws on this thing are not the greatest. And my third and final con is definitely subjective, but I'm not a huge fan of the included tip. Now, maybe that's just how m.terk vapes, and I don't vape like him, but I feel like there should be a little bit more clearance in between where I'm putting my mouth and the top cap, just because if that top cap gets really scorching hot, if I'm cloud chasing on it, then I might end up burning my lips. So at the end of the day, is this device worth purchasing? Would I go out of my way to pick one of these up if I didn't get this one in for review? I'm going to say yes to this one. It's just such a simple, classy looking RDA, and it's very functional. The flavor is great, the airflow is great, and I know I can throw any build at it, and it's going to be able to handle it no problem. And with that, if you guys want to pick one up for yourself, make sure you use the coupon code DailyTerk. That's going to get you 20% off as well as free shipping. Link to buy one of these things, it will be on my website. Link to that is right down there in the description below. But that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Leave your comments in the box below and check out the links I've got in the description. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on. Do 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 bum 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 bum. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh and cool. As much as fashion for our life. Yep, that's my mood.